Hello and welcome to Tyddyn Bryn on the small holding, as it were. Today I'd like to do a rundown of our harvest. I have weighed in everything up until the 31st of October, so it works out about 6 months of weighing everything in. I have sheets and sheets and sheets in front of me. I have still got some things to weigh. But they were harvested after the 31st of October. So this is, basically 6 months worth of harvesting. So this is going to sound a bit like a shipping forecast, but here goes. Radishes, 200 grams. Courgettes, 43.5 kilos. Pak choy, 2 kilos. Spinach, 4 kilos. Chard, 2 kilos, with more to come. A kilo of chilies. Roundabout. James didn't actually weigh them, but we had so many of the things, it is ridiculous. We had 6 kilos of beetroot, 24.3 kilos of gherkins, 24.3 kilos of summer ball pumpkins, 23.8 kilos of spaghetti squash, 45.2 kilos of tomatoes. We had 26 kilos of beans. 4 kilos of broccoli, 28.2 kilos of cucumber. Luckily, William adores the stuff. 3 kilos of strawberries, not including the metric ton from our very, very young. I mean, we've only planted the plants this year, but the toddler ate most of them. Same with the raspberries. I managed to pick and weigh 2.1 kilos. The rest the toddler ate. 2.2 kilos of spring onions, 8.81 kilos of melon, some of which the mice got, so we need to look at that for next year. 27 kilos of potatoes. I think we were down harvest really on potatoes. I mean, we planted an awful lot, but we were down harvest because of the dry weather this year. A kilo of cucamelons. Really didn't like those guys. 5.5 kilos of carrots, 2.53 kilos of cabbage. Again, didn't net them, need to net them. They got ravaged at one point by all sorts that came in and ate them. 6.4 kilos of butternut squash. We still got 2 of those to weigh. Corn on the cob, 6 kilos. We haven't been weighing in the popcorn actually. What's the point? But then we haven't really picked them until now. 24 kilos of cauliflower, the Romanesco cauliflower. 8 kilos so far of celeriac, but we have barely touched the bed. We've got loads more to come up with that. And we have 74 kilos of pumpkin. Thankfully, I have sold quite a few pumpkins this year, but I've still got 4. I don't know if that's including the 4 to weigh in or not. I need to check that. Not sure if we may still have some to weigh in. God help me. I think I added all of these up correctly. Drum roll. The grand total of the veg and soft fruit then was 403.84 kilos of food produced, put up, and what have you. We also then had 267 kilos of apples. A good proportion we made into apple juice and cider. So totally, fruit and veg wise this year, for the 6 months, we have 670.84 kilos of food that we have produced from our land in our first year. This is only our first year. We have a polytunnel, we have raised beds now, but they've been put in place throughout the year. Back when Matthew was born in March, the polytunnel wasn't even skinned. The raised beds were nothing. They were piles of dirt. so they weren't even built. So we have made 670.84 kilos of food, which is 1,478.9 pounds of food. If you then add to that the pigs, I have no idea the total weight of the pigs. We've got sausages, we've got pork joints, we've got you name it, we've got it in the freezer. I haven't counted the number of eggs the chickens have produced and are still producing on a significantly lesser scale. We're not getting our regular 4 or 5 a day from our girls, but we are still getting the odd 1 or 2, which is quite good. So yeah, 1,478.9 pounds of food in our first year. So that's 6 months of weighing food from June till the end of October. And I'm really chuffed. Really, really, really chuffed. So I hope you've enjoyed this podcast and this little vlog anyway. And see you again soon.